Hello, this is Gavin Phillips with Photographer's Photoshop, and what I'm showing you today is your just released Photoshop smudge painting technique that enables you to be able to turn this photo into this authentic hand-painted image. So if I move around the image here, you can see all of the individual brush strokes. I'm going to zoom out, and you can see the brushed edges. You receive all of the custom brushes to create these edges and the smudge painting custom brushes, and you're shown exactly how to do this in the detailed step-by-step movie tutorials. So let's take a look at a painted pet. This was the original photograph, and this is the finished painted effect. As I mentioned, using the custom smudge brushes and different brushes that are all supplied for you, you can see the details of the brush strokes here. This is a technique that is unique to digital, unique to Photoshop using the smudge brush. But it's very easy to pick up and use, very different to dedicated painting programs, dedicated digital painting programs. And this is also an effect that can only be created using these techniques, hand painting it. You could never create this kind of an effect using Photoshop plugins. You don't have to be a Photoshop expert to be able to create this effect. The movie tutorials show you exactly how to do it step by step with the included custom brushes. Let's take a look at another one here. And here's the original photograph, and here's the smudge painted effect. So let's take a look at your included one-click Photoshop actions. Just going to minimize these images, bring up a different one, and we'll run one of the actions. You receive all of these actions, select the action, click the button, and Photoshop does all the work for you automatically. The action has finished, and it's letting you know here to check the history palette. There's a couple of other versions of this effect that you can simply click through in the history palette to see which one you prefer. So you've got a lot of ways to go there by simply clicking a button. Let's bring up a different image and run a different action. Go to the Actions palette, sketch a color, run the action. And you get a stylized sketch effect that you can make further edits to in the Layers palette. If you want a bit more detail in here, you can increase the opacity. So you've got a lot of ways to go after the action is finished to get it just the way that you want it. Let's take a few moments to review just a small sampling of the many different types of effects, hand-painted portraits that you'll be able to create with this set of software. This is an example of the Photoshop smudge brush technique. And as you can see, a lot of fine detail here with the different brushes. There's no way to replicate this effect using Photoshop plugins. And take a look at a couple of other examples here. And now we're going to get into some examples of your included one-click Photoshop actions. Simply click a button. Photoshop does it all for you. Very simple, automatically runs through a number of steps. But all of this enables you to show your clients something very different than what your competition has. And that's extremely important these days. There's a lot of digital photographers in the marketplace. Let's return to Photoshop. And here's another example of your smudge painting technique. If we zoom in here, we can take a close look at all of the different brush detail that you've got here as we scroll through the image, and the different colors that you can blend into the hair and into the face. And like I said, this is something that could never be done with any kind of Photoshop plugin or any other software. It's very different than even techniques used in dedicated painting programs, but it's something you can easily pick up and use. Let's zoom over here so you can see all of this. I put the catch lights in the eyes. Of course, you've got total control. If you want to put those in, you can. You've got total control of what you put into your image. And if we take a look at the original photo here, we can see the enormous difference. And there are some other samples here. After I painted it, I ran one of your included custom actions, a couple of those. So here's a black and white version of it. Like I said, that's just after you've painted it, I just ran one of the custom actions that are included and put on one of these drag and drop frames, one of these narrow black frames here. And here's a different color version. Let's find the other color version back here. Once again, this is one of your included actions after it's been painted, so you've got a lot of different creative ways to go even after you finish painting if you want to experiment with those and run some different effects on there. And of course here we've put the painted edges on here with your included custom brushes. Now there is a special deal being offered which includes a live interactive webinar with me, and we'll be emailing you those dates shortly. Please see the website for more examples of before and after images and the dates of the webinars. Like I said, we'll be offering several of those and we will be emailing you those. My name is Gavin Phillips, Gavin at photoeffects.biz. Thank you for watching and have a great day.